Hello guys, in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to reveal your logo using a clean dynamic knife card animation built entirely inside After Effects with no plugins. You will learn how to control timing, motion and composition like a pro. And I will also show you built-in effects that can do something similar and where they fall short. So let's dive in and start building this from scratch. Now inside Adobe After Effects, we are going to create a new composition. So click on this icon to start. Then we are going to name this logo animation or dynamic card logo animation. So I'm going to leave everything to 1920 by 1080. Then I'm going to use 30 frames per second. Then I will say OK. So now let's create our first card. Go to the top toolbar and select the rectangle tool. Hold down Ctrl and then Shift to draw a perfect cube or square. Hit V to activate the selection tool. Hold down Ctrl key or Command key on your keyboard and double click on the anchor point tool right here on the top toolbars. Now let's select the shape layer we just drew and align this to center. Now let's animate the first card. Select your shape layer. Hit S on your keyboard to reveal the scale property. We are going to use this preview tool to go to the first frame. Now let's set a keyframe for the scale. We can expand our timeline so that we can see exactly where the frames are being recorded. Now let's go to 10 frames forward in time. So at 10 frames, let's also create a new keyframe by clicking on this diamond icon right here. Let's go to 14 frames forward in time and also create another keyframe. Then let's go to 27 frames forward in time and also create another keyframe. This has formed the basis of which we are going to change their values. Now let's come to the second keyframe on the 10th frame. Let's change the value to 0. Now let's move to the third keyframe, which is on frame 14. We are going to change this value to 0. And now if you scrub back to your timeline, we have something like this. Select all your keyframes. Right click on the keyframe, go to Keyframe Assistant and then select Easy Ease. So now you can also hit F9 on your keyboard to carry out this function. Now let's set our preview limit so that we can preview this and see how it goes. Hit N on your keyboard when you bring your timeline to the point where you want to set your preview limit on your timeline. So hit spacebar now to preview. Our first card is ready. Now select the card. Ctrl D on your keyboard or Command D to duplicate it. So let's move to the point where we can see everything. Now we are going to select this one, hold down Shift key and then move it to the right. Holding down Shift key keeps everything straight. Duplicate the same first layer and then move it to the top. Still hold down the Shift key to keep things straight. Now we have these two layers. These two layers need to show at the same time. Let's select both of them and change the layer color. Changing the layer color will help us as we move on. So we are going to select these two again. We select the first one. Ctrl D on your keyboard to duplicate it. Then we are going to move it again to the right by holding down Shift key. It keep it straight. Let's duplicate the other bottom one, which is the top one. Ctrl D again to do that. So we are going to move it up on the layer hierarchy because we are going to create another group of 3 layers. So let's move it up also. Hold down Shift key as you do that so that you keep things straight and it will snap once you get to the edge. We are going to select this middle layer again, Ctrl D to duplicate it, then still move it to the top of the hierarchy, then move it to the right. We now have 3 layers moved to the right and then 1 to the top. So select 3 of them and also change the layer color. They will remain in the same group when we want to determine when they show on the preview window. Now select the green layer, Ctrl D on your keyboard to also duplicate it, then move it up, still hold down Shift key to keep it snapping and then on the straight line. So we are going to also select this one and move it up on the hierarchy. Then we select the topmost layer, Ctrl D to do duplicate, then move it to the right. Remember, we said we needed to create 9 cards, so 3 by 3 is equal to 9. Now that we have these both layers, we are going to move it on the hierarchy, select both of them, and also change the layer color. Now let's do one more duplicate to complete 9 cards. Ctrl D on your keyboard to duplicate for the last time, hold down Shift key and then move it to the right. Beautiful. If you scrub through your timeline, we have equal scale at the same time. Now let's create that card dynamism that you saw in the intro. So we are going to go down, but first before we do that, let's change this layer color. We are going to change it to brown. Now let's move back to the bottom of the hierarchy. So we are going to go 4 frames forward in time. Now select the first 2 duplicates and move it to start at this point. So now let's move 4 frames from here and that will give us 8 frames. Here, select these 3 duplicates and move it to start here. Let's go 4 frames forward, which will give us 12 frames. Then select these 2 layers and move it forward to start here. So for the last keyframe, for the last layer, let's go 4 frames forward in time, which will give us 16 frames. Then select the top layer on the hierarchy and make it start here. Now select all the top duplicate layers. Hold down Alt on your keyboard and press the open bracket key. Before you do that, you have to move your time indicator to 0 and then press Alt and the open bracket key. That is going to fill the timeline with the cubes. So if you scrub or preview now, this is what you have. Beautiful. So we need to bring this, our giant cube that is made of small blocks, to the center. Right click on your timeline, go to new and create a new null object. Hold down the command key or control key on your keyboard, double click on the anchor tool so that we can move the control or the anchor point to the center of the null object. So let's move this to the center cube right here so that we can use it to align this to the center. So if you are moving it, make sure you hold down control, then it will snap to the center of the center cube. Center of the center. All right, now that you have it, we can rename this control, or you can just leave everything there because the layers are pretty simple and few. So select all the layers. Then drag the parental to the null object. Select the null object. Go to the Align tool by the right of your window and align it vertically and horizontally. That is going to bring everything to the center. Now, if you preview, you have this. Now select all the layers. Ctrl A on your keyboard to do that. Then you Ctrl Shift C or Command Shift C to pre-compose everything. So we are going to name these cards. So make sure you tick the Move All attribute to the new composition and then you hit OK. Now our card is ready. So go back to the top menu bar and pick your rectangle tool. So we are going to create a rectangle that matches this cube. Let's do the same process to align it to center. So we are going to rename this to Logo Guide. In the final animation, this doesn't need to show. It is going to act as a logo boundary guide. To do that, we need to right click and then choose Guide Layer. This way, whatever we do, this shape layer will not show in our final render. So select it, Ctrl Shift C or Command Shift C to pre-compose it, call it Logo Holder. Make sure you move all attribute to the new composition and then hit OK. Double click on it on the timeline to open it up. Now it is time to bring in our logo. So let's navigate to where we have our logos. So I will select this PixaBay logo and After Effects logo. Bring them into the Project Manager window. So let's select either Adobe or the PixaBay logo. So drag and drop it into the timeline. Hit S on your keyboard to scale it to match the logo guide. Perfect. So now let's go back to the main composition and this is what we have. So we need to be able to see exactly what we have here. So right click on your timeline. We are going to create a new solid layer that will act as the background. So let's call this BG. Make comp size and then hit OK. So move it to the bottom of the layer hierarchy. Now you can see everything. Now if it's cropped through, nothing is happening yet. For the dynamic card to have an impact on how the logo reveals, we need to bring it to the top of the layer hierarchy. Then we're going to select the logo holder, toggle your timeline until you see the track matte windows, then pick with it to the cards. That is going to have an impact right away. So if you preview now, this is what you have. Beautiful. So now we need to have control on what the size of this is. Right click on your timeline, go to New and create a new null object. This is going to act as the master control for the entire logo. So make sure you move the anchor point to the center and then align this null object to the center. So select the card layer and the logo holder layer and make it a child of the null object. Now hit S on your keyboard. You can then scale this down to whatever you like. This step may look simple, but it looks very powerful and dynamic. This is how you can create a dynamic card logo reveal in Adobe After Effects. By the way, After Effects has a built-in effect called Card Wipe that can achieve a similar reveal automatically. But this method gives you a total control on timing and creativity. There is another effect that can also do this in Adobe After Effects. It is called the Grid Wipe. The Grid Wipe also will do a fantastic job, but it will not have this control of what card shows at every given frames. There's another effect, CC Ball Action, that can also do this. All these effects can give you beautiful card reveal animations, but they fall short of, that is, the timing and when this shows on the timeline. So let me know what you think. Would you like to see a tutorial on how to use this effect to create this similar look, even though they fall short of the timing and what the motion look like? Let me know in the comment section and I will do another tutorial to show you how to use that in Adobe After Effects. So until I see you again on the next one, my name is SSB Otaru for MotionDigit Studios.